Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, and welcome to another edition of the State of the Saints podcast, where we talk New Orleans Saints. And thank you all for checking out this video. This is a live edition, but I'm going to be honest with you, Who That Nation. I'm not 100% as of right now. I was kind of contemplating if I wanted to go live tonight because I do have a fever right now of 101, and I've been dealing with some flu-like symptoms over the last couple of days. So this will not be a very long podcast, but I did want to give you all something and talk a little bit about the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New Orleans Saints Week 6 matchup. Now, um, this is a game right here. I have to be honest with you. Man, it's been a tough game for me to try to predict. I've been going back and forth over the past couple of days, just kind of figuring out what I wanted to do, what I wanted to say about this game, because the New Orleans Saints, this is a tough matchup for them. I mean, this is a very, very tough matchup for the New Orleans Saints. And this is one of those games where everybody is picking the New Orleans Saints to win, and it's supposed to be a no brainer. But when I look over the course of time and the history of the Saints and the Jaguars have always been one of those teams that give Saints fits, no matter what year it is. I went back and I remember a couple games where the New Orleans Saints played the Jacksonville Jaguars, and a lot of people thought that the Saints were going to just completely destroy them. But at the end of the day, the Jaguars gave the Saints everything and more. And I'll never forget that game where the Saints had the opportunity to make the playoffs, and that hook and lateral game where they got all the way down to the end zone and John Carney missed the extra point. So this can be like one of those games that can be truly a trap game for the New Orleans Saints. Let me go ahead and break this game down. Of course, we already know Drew Brees is not going to be playing in this game. Teddy Bridgewater will get the start once again. Teddy Bridgewater coming off a 4 touchdown game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think that game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is going to open the eyes of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they're going to respect Teddy Bridgewater in this game, unlike the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did. I don't think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers thought that Teddy Bridgewater can beat them throwing the ball, so they focus more on Alvin Kamara, who we're going to talk about in a few minutes. So I think that the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be paying a lot more attention to Teddy Bridgewater. We know Teddy Bridgewater, he can throw the ball, he can extend plays, he can get the ball where it needs to be. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, they have some very athletic linebackers. I mean, Miles Jack. Then they got Josh Allen out there, Tevin Smith. I mean, these guys are really, really good. They can play sideline to sidelines, and they can cover running backs and tight ends. And the offensive side of the ball for the Jaguars, of course, we already know New Orleans' own Leonard Fournette. For the last couple of weeks, he's run for over 100 yards. Game against the Denver Broncos, he ran for 200 yards. And him playing against his hometown team, he wants to put on. So the Saints are going to have to really be careful with him. The Jacksonville Jaguars are one of those tough teams because you don't know who you want to zero in on. I mean, it's not like they just have this number one wide receiver and everybody know who he is. I mean, of course, we have D.D. Westbrook. I mean, this guy is incredible. And you also have Marquise Lee, who's been dealing with injuries. But, I mean, they have some guys out there that can really make some plays. So the Saints are going to have to buckle down defensively to try to stop some of these guys. And they have to really focus in on Gardner Minshew, a guy who has been playing really good as of late. He seems like he has been adopted as the NFL's darling this season, but he has been playing incredible. He had a good game last week, even though they lost to the Carolina Panthers. And I think that he can do enough in order for the Jaguars to get the upset. Alvin Kamara, I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know if he's going to play in this game. They say that he's questionable. And I know a lot of people in the Who That Nation are upset and they asking the question, should he play? Should he not play? In my opinion, if he is hurt, then I don't think you should let him play. We're going to need Alvin Kamara down the stretch. And you don't want to have him in the game, him being, not at 100% or not even close to 100%. And he goes out there and make the situation worse. and then he's really out for an extended amount of time. That's where you got guys like Latavius Murray. That's one of the reasons why you got guys like Dwayne Washington. You know, let these guys come in and contribute. I did a podcast and I was talking about Latavius Murray, and I just didn't realize. I just don't know why they just don't use him. I don't know why they don't utilize him. Iceman, thank you very much, man, for your $2 super chat. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Um, I just think that the New Orleans Saints, in my opinion, um, they got to be careful in this game. They got to be very, very careful. They got to be careful to make sure that this game goes as smoothly as they possibly can. But I think that the whole running back situation, uh, I think when you think about it, I think that they have enough good running backs with Latavius Murray and guys like Dwayne Washington that can come in and step in and really contribute in a big way. So I'm really excited about that. I think that the New Orleans Saints can do just enough in order to get this victory. This is going to be a close game, man. It's not going to be a blowout by no stretch of the imagination. This ain't going to be one of them games where you think that the Saints just gonna go up in there and they just gonna blow these boys out the water because that ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? That is not going to happen in this game. And I just hope that everybody in the Who That Nation understands this because even though the Jacksonville Jaguars are a good football team, and they have a lot of issues, that doesn't mean that they're going to just roll over for the New Orleans Saints. But I do got the Saints winning this game. I think it's going to be a close game. I think that the Saints are going to end up winning this game by a score of 24 to 20. That's what I think the score is going to be in this game, 24 to 20. So I just think that this is going to be a tough game, tough matchup, tough outing. I don't know if Jalen Ramsey is going to play. As of right now, it's questionable that is he's going to play or not. But you got to believe that the New Orleans Saints are going to, they're going to try to utilize Michael Thomas. And this might be one of those games where Jalen Ramsey wants to play in because we all know that Michael Thomas is an elite. Uh, he's an elite wide receiver, and Jalen Ramsey has never went up against. He never went up against Michael Thomas in a game, so he probably would want to go out there and flex his muscle to try to get, I guess, like more value on himself. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go out there and and allow Jalen Ramsey to play. I would not be surprised about that at all. So I just want to say to everybody out there, if you think this game is going to be a walk in the park, it definitely will not be. So that's my opinion about this. That's what I think about this. That's what I think about this game or whatever like that. So I just want to say to everybody out there, thank you all for checking out the podcast. And like I said, this won't be a long podcast because right now I'm dealing with some sickness right now. I got a fever of 101. So I'm going to go ahead and just try to answer any questions that you may have, anything that you want to add. And then we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. And hopefully I'll be 100% tomorrow to give you a better podcast. And also, super chats are available, in the chat. And also, donations are available as well through Streamlab. So if you all want to donate, please do. Thank you very much, Iceman, for donating. So let me go ahead and start. Let me see what everybody else is saying about this game. What's up, TJ? How you been? I've been all right, Iceman. Like I said, a little bit under the weather, but nevertheless, I feel pretty good, man. Man, the thing about it is, I'm pretty sure everybody kind of can attest to this if you have kids. My son is in daycare, and when you have kids in daycare, they come home with the sniffles, they come home with coughs that they get from other kids, and you can't be away from your child, so whatever they got, you're gonna end up getting too. But Nevertheless, I mean, I'm just really I'm just really under the weather, man. So, but we're gonna get through this. Uh, get you some black seed oil. Ingest a teaspoon and apply it to your skin. Keen Arthur, thank you for the advice. I really do appreciate that. Um, thank you for that advice. I'm fortunate enough to have a fiance that's a nurse practitioner also. She got your boy with some soup ready in a few minutes. So, man, shouts out to her. She really been taking care of your boy over the last couple of days. What do you think of the Saints replacing the gold pants uniform with the white pants uniform? Um, I think that's a good look. I think that the New Orleans Saints are just trying to do something different. I think that they're trying to kind of change things up and trying to get away from that old identity of the of the gold pants. And I like it, man. I like the fact that the Saints are changing things up. They're rewriting their own history. I mean, we not gonna act crazy and act as if you know the New Orleans Saints ain't been, what I'm saying? Like, I mean, ain't been bad. So I think that changing this up could be a good look for the New Orleans Saints, and I'm interested to see what this new look is going to be like. Um, let's see. Yeah, you're right, man. What do y'all think about Dez? And should we sign Dez? I mean, he knows the playbook, unlike the other receivers we have a chance to sign. I did a podcast and I talked a little bit. Well, I didn't do a podcast. I just did a little talk. And the talk was about Dez Bryant and did I feel as if Dez Bryant, should still be a New Orleans Saint, and I said that if it was out of AJ Green, Tyler Eifert, and Dez Bryant, I would go with AJ Green. But I mean, I wouldn't mind Dez Bryant being back with the New Orleans Saints. I mean, that wouldn't be like the worst thing in the world. So to be honest with you, I mean, I ain't got no problem with that at all. So if he goes out there and he contributes in a big way, I have absolutely no problem with that at all. So if he knows the playbook, which I highly doubt if he just knows the playbook like that. Um, but I would go with somebody with like a AJ Green or something like that. Somebody that um, I feel like knows how to run routes, knows all of the route tree. And I feel like AJ Green is a little bit more hungry than Dez Bryant. I mean, of course, Dez Bryant played for the Cowboys and stuff like that. Yeah, we know. But at the end of the day, I feel like AJ Green is a more polished wide receiver than he is. Um, why don't we have a gold jersey uniform? Black helmets with the logo on them would be dope. Well, I mean, I guess I don't know, man. I don't know if y'all remember those gold uniforms in the back. Man, Jerry, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate the $10, man. Shouts out to Jerry Summers. Thank you very much, man. But I remember them gold uniforms, man. Y'all remember like the gold jerseys they had with the black pants? They didn't really do too much winning in them. The black helmet, you're really trying to change things up with that. You basically like trying to change up like the entire uniform. I do think that I feel like the Saints color rush are the best uniforms in the NFL. Like out of all the color rush that come out, I don't think the Saints color rush can be touched. Going with some gold, I guess, but it just seems like to me they trying to like change things up and go with something like completely different. So, to be honest with you, I'm not mad, at the looks or anything like that. I'm not upset with that. I think that the New Orleans Saints can do wonders with this. You know what I'm saying? Like with the white on white. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they've been winning games with the white on white. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem whatsoever with the white on white. So they winning all their games with the white on white. So if they still win white on white, I ain't got no problem with that. Still not sure Jalen playing. Hey, he probably not playing, but at the end of the day, I mean, dude, I mean, this would be a big test for him. And if he goes out there That just say that he goes out there and lock down Michael Thomas. That would bring his value up high. You know what I'm saying? Like so, he might be up to the test. You know what I'm saying? He might be up to the test, but I hope he don't play. I mean, I'm just being honest. I hope he does not play. That would not hurt me at all. Um, but I want to say this. I see Keen Arthur says 24 to 20, 23-17 Saints. Um, yeah, James. I don't know if he's not going to play. I'm talking about Alvin Kamara. I don't know if he's not going to play. But like I said, if he's hurt, then my dude. I mean, shoot, sit him out. I mean, they got a 4-1 record and stuff like that. And I'm not, looking at this like no other team can touch the Saints in the South. I understand that the Saints got to keep on going and get that momentum going. But you lose Alvin Kamara for more than one game, that's a problem. You need him down the stretch. I would rather miss Alvin Kamara for one game than to miss him for an entire, half of a season or whatever. So if he's hurt, I mean, that's what you got Latavius for. That's what you got Dwayne Washington for. So let those guys go out there and play. Let them be the 1-2 punch. I mean, excuse me. Latavius Murray, he proved that he can go out there and catch the ball out the backfield. I mean, I feel like if you give him the rock, he'll do a serviceable job. So do go with these guys. I mean, I don't want to see Alvin get hurt and be out much longer. AK flew with the team to Jacksonville, and he is probable to play. Yeah, I mean it depends on the severity of the ankle injury, and I'm pretty sure they probably gonna give him a painkiller or something like that, a pain injection, what I'm saying, to numb the pain. But I just want to see this man healthy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I want. I want to see this man healthy because we all know how much Alvin Kamara means to this team. I think we all can attest to this. How beneficial it is for a guy like this to be on a team that can run between the tackles, that can catch almost like a wide receiver, and that can and pass protect. So I mean, when you got a running back that can do all three of those things, I mean that's something that's very very special. Which our uniforms are your favorite? My favorite is the all black with the color rush at a close second. I like the all black. I like the all black with the Saints. The color rush would be the second. I agree with you on that. I mean, they don't really have a lot of variations of the Saints uniform. Like I remember they used to wear the white pants back in the day during the time like Archie Manning and stuff like that. They used to wear the white pants and also with the Dome Patrol and stuff like that back in the G. But um, they kind of retired the white pants. I don't know why, but it's good to see that they're gonna try to do something different. I appreciate that, as a fan, give us a different look for the Saints, and also like I said, it's like they're trying to change the narrative. They're trying to write their own history, and I like it. The Saints go 5-1 tomorrow. Shouts out to my boy Jerry Poor, man. Yeah, man, I agree with you. I think they are gonna go 5-1, but it's gonna be tough. It's going to be a tough game, man. It's going to be a very tough game. So I don't want anybody in the Who That Nation to think that this is going to be easy because Gardner Minshew is out there. You don't know who a number one receiver is for the Jaguars. These guys are serious business. Uh, let's see. All black unis are my all-time fave. Black helmets with that uni would be fire. I seen a guy, that did some designs on. I think he did it like on Microsoft or something like that. I mean, he did a couple things on that little graphic design guy, and they look pretty good. They look pretty good, but I don't know, man. The black helmet and stuff like that. I think that's something that maybe one day they can probably try to do. I mean, with the contract that the NFL has with Nike, I wouldn't be surprised, man. But they hit it out the park with those color rush uniforms. Like I look at some of those Seahawk uniforms, like that lime. All that lime, man, that ain't hitting it. That color rush look horrible. Absolutely horrible. Who else repping the Who That Nation in Jacksonville? Go Super Saints. Yeah, man. Shouts out to everybody that took that trip to Jacksonville. My homeboy Brandon Thompson, man, I think I seen him going out there to Jacksonville. So y'all be careful out there, man. And speaking of being careful, man, I want to give a special shout out and my prayers go out to the people that were on Canal Street today, earlier this morning. The building, I think the Hard Rock Hotel, collapsed. I know it killed one person, and they said three people are missing. So I wanna I wanna just give my condolences out to those people and my prayers out to those
Saints
people.
ride, the whole nation. Go ahead, hit the show, yeah. You know you're here for it. Why you waiting?
I don't know who gave that donation. I apologize, but shouts out to shouts out to the person that just donated. Thank you very much. But I just want to say to everybody out there, man, that was affected on Canal Street today, man. Y'all in my prayers, man. That was crazy. Like if you actually seen some of the video that was out there, like wow, like just wow, man. You know, you like I had a friend of mine who was actually on a streetcar, and he sent me like a 5 minute video, and man, it was close. Like you seen the debris and the dust on the ground and stuff like that, man. It was like wow, like man that. Mm-mm. But my prayers go out to those people, man. And man, man, you hate to hear about stuff like that. You really do. Iceman T said, TJ, why you hating? Who I'm hating on, man? Who I'm hating on, Iceman? I don't know. I mean, who am I hating on? Am I hating on the uniform? I don't think I'm hating on anybody. I hope not. Like I don't want to. I don't want nobody to think I'm hating on anybody. But yeah, let me know, Iceman. Who am I hating on? The collapse was awful. One game only, all black uniform with black helmet, gold floor to lead. Yeah, I seen a black helmet that you're talking about, Da. I mean, it looked tight. Like I I must admit to that. Uh, yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it too, man. But let me go ahead and let me see who else repping the Who That Nation in Jacksonville. I read that one already. Nah, man, y'all tripping. That throwback is the king here, fam. What we need to do is let Nike make our uniforms like they do Oregon Ducks. I don't think you're gonna really do that in the NFL. I think when you're dealing with college, I think it's a good recruiting tool for some of these younger guys. Because the thing about it is, it's a good recruiting tool. Like you from Oregon and stuff like that. You got all these different variations of a uniform. I mean, them young kids, they get wide eyed and excited thinking about how they're gonna wear all these different color uniforms and stuff like that. But when you're talking about the National Football League, it's like everybody just kind of keen on tradition. It's almost like the SEC. Like you don't really see a lot of different colors in the SEC. You always kind of see the same tradition. Like Alabama, Alabama been wearing the same uniform like forever. LSU like the same uniform forever. Georgia like the same uniform forever. So I think it's like the same type of thing when you're dealing with when you're dealing with the NFL. People are like keen on tradition. So let's see. Derek Ernest, did my donation go through? I'm not sure, Derek. I'm not sure about that. I did hear the donation sound off, so I assume that was you. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. Once again, man, I'm kind of new to Streamlab, so some of these things that I'm doing probably gonna be kind of weird because I mean I'm still learning how to do this. So I apologize if somebody donation went through and it didn't sound off or anything like that. Like I said, I will get better at this as time go on. But I did hear something, Derek. So I'm say thank you very much. I appreciate it because I'm pretty sure that was you that I just heard. Okay, TJ. That was Bright Spot Jones, and you hating on the Seahawks. Oh man, you talking about the Seahawks? Man, them Seahawk uniforms are ugly. Like, come on, man, all that lime, y'all out there looking like a straight Sprite can. Nah, they're a good football team. Like I like the Seahawks. I like Russell Wilson. But them uniforms are ugly, for real. They they just not they just don't look good to me. Back in Moss Point this evening, had another gig, but I'm glad to be here. Yeah, man, I'm glad that you're here, Jared. Thank you very much, man. I just checked my online account and yes, it did. Derek, thank you very much, man. I just, like I said, I heard the Sean Payton sound go off. So, like I said, I assumed that was you. And thank you very much. I really do appreciate it, man. Thank each and every one of you, whether you donate or not, just for checking your boy out, man. Just for being a part of the podcast. Like I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, man. Y'all don't know how much this means to me that you all, listen to my podcast and be a part of my live. And like I said, I apologize. I'm not as energized as I once. I usually am, but like I said, man, I got a fever of 101 right now, and I'm just trying to get through it, man. I just want to see what you all had to say about the Saints and Jaguars game. Um, I believe that we will dominate the Jaguars tomorrow. I think if we generate pressure early on Minshew and stifle the run game like we did to Zeke, we can force some turnovers or at least control the clock. What do you think, TJ? I agree. You got to stop Leonard Fournette, man. Like this man has been running wild for the last 2 weeks. So if you stop him, that's number one. Number two, you got to make sure that you are able to run the ball. I mean, you got the dudes like Ndakwe front. You got Calais Campbell. And like I said, man, they have some very athletic linebackers. So this isn't a bad team. You know what I'm saying? So, this is not a bad team that we talk about. I mean, a couple of years ago, this team was in the AFC Championship game. I just feel like me personally, I just feel like they not like really, man, they not really well coached. I feel like these guys got a bunch of egos and they let their emotions get in the way, and I think that kind of cost them a lot of games. So that's one of the reasons why I feel like the Saints are gonna beat them because once those guys like things don't start going their way, that's when they want to go out there. They want to fight and want to push people around and stuff like that. They're not a well disciplined team, so I feel like they're probably gonna work in the Saints' favor too, especially if the Saints jump on them early because they're a very emotional team, like very 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 emotional. Like these guys are like every time, like I think I see like in the Chiefs game, I seen these guys like about to fight the Kansas City Chiefs team, like flags were flying everywhere. These guys are they undisciplined, man. And Doug Marone, as good as he is as a defensive coach, I don't think he's a good NFL coach. Now college, I think he'll be really good in because I think he coached Syracuse back in the day and he did a good job with them. But these type of guys, too many egos on this team, man. Too many. Uh, let's see. Don't think they need to get carried away with all the different uniforms. I'm with TJ. I like the gold rush. Yeah, who that from Gulfport, Mississippi, man. Shouts out to Gulfport. Thank you very much for your comment. I agree. I don't think they need to get carried away either. I don't know, man. NFL is really big on tradition. Um, when you're talking about the New Orleans Saints, I mean, you can say what you want to say about the New Orleans Saints, but we have a rich tradition of loving this team, being passionate about this team, loving the black and gold. And I feel like a lot of people would get upset if they change their uniforms. Like somebody like the Buccaneers, like they trash, always been trash. They first variations of their uniforms. I mean, you had a pirate with a I don't know with a knife in his mouth. We did him winking. I don't know what the hell that was about, but they needed a change in uniform. So, and all some of these other teams like the Titans and all that kind of stuff because the Titans they kind of needed to get away from the whole Houston Oilers type thing. So, but when you're dealing with the New Orleans Saints, I mean it's really big on tradition. We love their black and gold, so we don't want them to get carried away with that. Yeah, man, we love you, bro. Most chill Saints fan I ever seen. Well, man, thank you, man. Like I said, I try to be. Like I ain't on them big bells and whistles and stuff like that. I already said that before, and I ain't trying to throw no shots or anything like at anybody. Um, I'm me at the end of the day. I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. I'm not trying to. just do all those crazy things that other people do. And I like what they do, man. Some of these other YouTubers, but as for me, I'm just a regular guy, man. Like I was born and raised in New Orleans, man. Grew up in the Ninth Ward, Montague Street. You know what I'm saying? Like went to Lorraine Hansberry Elementary, Colton Middle School. Went to Douglas 1 year and then graduated from Carver. Man, I'm New Orleans through and through. You know what I'm saying? Franklin to the St. Claude. You know what I'm saying? True. Catching a broad bus. You know what I'm saying? Like shoot, that's me. Going to Gentilly Wood Mall, man. Shoot, that's what I am, man, and always will be. So I'm just I just enjoy doing this, and you all make it really great, because I mean some of the passion that you all have and some of the support you show me, I'm forever grateful for that. Thank y'all. Uh, let's see. Seahawks color rush is ugly. Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you. Let me see. Who that from Gulfport? Yeah. Oh, you're in Gulfport. I forgot. Yeah, Jerry, you are in Gulfport, man. So we have two people from Gulfport in here, man. Shouts out to them, man. I'm rooting for the Bucks tomorrow. So if we win, we'll have a two-game lead in the division. Yeah, man. I'm rooting for the Bucks too. Hopefully they can win this game. Uh, and man, Iceman T, man, y'all check out his YouTube channel as well, man. While I'm thinking about it, Iceman. I mean, he does a really good job too, man. So y'all subscribe to the Iceman T YouTube channel, man. He talks about the New Orleans Saints too, man, and he's a real guy too, real legit, man. Shouts out to Iceman. Uh, am I weird to say that the Jaguars defense played better with Bortles since they don't have to carry? Uh, yeah, I think they played a lot better because they had to, because if they didn't play better, then the game would have really got out of hand. But I think when you got a guy like Minshew who can throw the ball down the field, who does a good job, extending plays and stuff like that, and he's really accurate. I mean, the defense don't really feel as pressure. But like I said, man, the defense is I mean, they really emotional out there, man. I mean, I mean, you never know what you're gonna get from the Jaguars. I mean, you might get a disciplined team 1 week, and then the next day, 3 or 4 guys getting tossed about the game. So, so hopefully, man, the Saints jump on them early. Like I said, if the Saints jump on them early, they're not gonna be able to recover, man, because they're not a disciplined football team. I mean, that's just facts. Like, go back and watch some of their games. Or better yet, after this podcast, go look at Jacksonville Jaguars like fights. You know what I'm saying, over the last couple of years. Like everybody, you know what I'm saying, like whole team coming off the sideline fighting other guys and stuff because they're getting beat. Going to have to stop for that for sure. Got to stop their rushes and keep Teddy upright. Yeah, well, we do. They're going to try to blitz Teddy quite a bit. They're going to try to get the ball out of his hands. So the Saints got to be careful with that, man. I'm talking about a lot of 2 and 3 step drops. So um, you might see a lot of dinking and dunking in this game, man, because the Jaguars, they don't really give up anything cheap. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't really give up anything deep. Like, they'll give up them little cheap yards and stuff like that, but you ain't gonna beat them deep. I mean, they gonna stop that. All right. I appreciate you, TJ. I learned something new every day. I listen to your podcast about the opposing team. Keep up the good work, my man. Yeah, yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. I do another podcast with two of my friends, man. One's a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan, the other one's a Carolina Panther fan. It's called the NFC South versus the NFL. Of course, I represent the New Orleans Saints on the podcast, and we just kind of talk about different teams in the division, and we also talk about some of the hottest NFL topics. So y'all can check that out too. Facebook.com, search NFC South versus the NFL. Hope Murray gets at least 20 carries, AK getting killed out there. Yeah, I really don't understand why Sean Payton don't use Latavius Murray. Every time he comes in the game, I mean, he gets like positive yards. I think he's averaging this year 4 yards a carry. So it's not like he going backwards every time he get in the game. I mean, he gets positive yards. So I don't know. I don't know if Sean Payton just don't trust him in some of the offensive schemes, or he just don't want to use him. I don't know. So young Nola, what's going on, man? Yeah, and young Nola, man, I'm sick, man. Like I said, I have a fever, man. So I apologize, man. If y'all hear me sniffling and coughing, I apologize for that. Let's see. Should we keep Taysom in case Teddy walks in free agency? I mean, it's likely he won't, but you can never be too sure. Yeah, you need to use Taysom. You keep Taysom here on the team, man. He's beneficial, and I don't know, man. You keep him on the team, but if another team wants Taysom, you let him go. You don't want to stunt another guy's growth and him having the opportunity to be a starter in the league because you won't keep him on the sidelines. Let that man go out there and grow. If you're gonna go with Teddy B, go with Teddy B. If you're gonna go with Taysom, go with Taysom. But don't try to stunt the growth of neither one of these guys because they both can be starters in this league. So somebody gonna want them. Who that from Augusta, Georgia? Man, what's going on, Robert? Are you a Georgia Bulldogs fan? I hope not, Robert, because man, that was an upset, man, out there in Georgia today, man. South Carolina getting that dub, man. I don't know what was going on with Georgia today. I don't know if Fromm, I don't know if he had too much to drink the night before or something. I don't know, but he played horrible today. And this guy's supposed to be like one of the top quarterbacks coming out. TJ, get yourself a half pint of Hennessy. It'll take care of the cold. Well, if you don't take care of the cold, it'll knock me out cold, right? So, yeah, man. Man, I try these old remedies. My mom tell me, she tells me about the I got like this tea for sore throats, and of course, I've been like sucking on like cough drops and stuff like that, just so it can kind of suppress the cough, and take the little lemons and stuff like that, and pour a little bit of that hen up in there. So I'm way ahead of you, Travis. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to do it then. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, be drinking that stuff, then be really be tripping on a live podcast, be wondering what's really wrong with me. Kamara playing tomorrow though. I don't know why people asking that. Yeah, he might play tomorrow. But like I said, man, if it's something serious, then just keep him out, man. I'd rather him miss one game than 4 or 5. TJ, you spent any time on the West Bank? I'm from the Point. Algiers. Yeah, my stepdad, he's from there. He's from Algiers, man. I can't say that I spent a lot of time over there, but no, I take that back. He's from a railroad. So I used to go to his house and stuff like that right before him and my mom got married and stuff. So I spent a little time over there, but didn't really didn't really go across the river that much, man. To be honest with you, but I got love for everybody over there, man. Shouts out to Algiers, Marrero, and all the what I'm saying, Avondale, all the places around there. So man, thank y'all, and I got love for everybody. So, but to answer your question, not that much time on the West Bank, man. And can't go and Mike will be doubled. We need someone else to step up. Yeah, I agree, man. Traquan Smith, he came back last week, but I mean he wasn't even in the game. I don't even think he was targeted one time in this game. So he has to step up. I know he had like a high ankle sprain, so he's kind of working himself back, but he got to step up, man. He has got to step up. I mean, and the thing about it is he's really good. Like I'll never forget that game where they was doubling Michael Thomas, that Philadelphia Eagles game. Traquan went off, so he has it in him. He just needs to be more consistent. Are you super impressed with our rookie center McCoy? Like I am. Yeah, I'm really impressed with Eric McCoy. I think that the Saints did a good job. I think he's a good draft pick. I think he's a good kid. I think he's going to get better as time progresses. I mean, he shut down the Dominican Sue last week, so I got to give him respect for that. I mean, he was gonna have growing pains, man. That just comes with the territory. I mean, but it seems like he's getting everything together, and he's gonna be a force to be reckoned with for years to come with the black and gold. Kamara injured his ankle last game. That's why. Yeah. Are we seeing Teddy continue his progress into a more complete quarterback that was halted by his injury? Yeah, I feel like he just trusts himself a little bit more, Jerry. I feel like he believes in himself. I feel like he battled with confidence. But the Saints are really like wrapping their arms around him and saying that they believe in him. So I think that his confidence grows every week. And like I said, the crowd chanting Teddy in the Superdome really helped him, and I'm pretty sure like it meant a lot to him. So I think he won the respect of the Who That Nation. So I think he doesn't want to lose it. How he injured it though ain't look like it. I would if I mean you never know. You know, like you never know how these guys get injured. I thought like maybe when he tried to hurdle that guy, it kind of whipped his leg or whatever, but I don't know. I had to go back and watch it. That's why we need a number two wide receiver. Yeah, I think we do, man. The Saints need to draft a wide receiver next year. Pick somebody up in free agency. I think they should have got Randall Cobb. To be honest with you, I wish they would have got Randall Cobb or somebody like that. So TJ, we let go of the wrong running back. Oh man, hold on, wait a minute now. You say you let go of the wrong running back. You talking about? Okay, we let go of Mark Ingram. What you saying, Neville? You saying that we supposed to get rid of Alvin Kamara? Oh man, I don't know if I agree with that one, man. Like Mark Ingram was doing a great job out there in Baltimore, but I wouldn't trade him for Alvin Kamara, man. You know, I mean I mean he killing it. Like I ain't gonna lie, you know, Mark Ingram is killing it, but I wouldn't say that Alvin Kamara is the wrong choice. What was the name of that theater? Uh, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Uh, drop about 4 holes in a hot cup of tea. Hot as you can stand. That crap is nasty, but you'll feel better. We need you on game day. And Derek, man, I appreciate that. Appreciate these remedies and stuff like that. Like I said, man, I'm gonna try to sleep it off and stuff like that, man. And you know, my girl got some tea and some soup ready for me, you know, at the end of this podcast. But I'm gonna try to sleep it off, man. You know, and try to make sure that I'm at 100%, or at least 90% on tomorrow. You know, so I can give you all, you know, the best podcast post game I could possibly do. Why does all these NFL announcers keep saying that Ginn has lost his step, and is all this coming from he's not a deep threat anymore? I don't know, man. Like I don't think Ted Ginn lost a step. Oh, okay, young Noah, you talking about a Zigbo. But back to Ted Ginn. I don't think he lost a step. Not at all. I just think that the way the Saints play offensively, I think that it doesn't require him to go deep anymore. Because when you're dealing with a Drew Brees and you're dealing with a Teddy Bridgewater, I mean they really don't throw the ball deep very much, you know. So I'm pretty sure he can still get behind defenders, but we don't really see it as much. And he's never really been like a great route runner. I mean, he just had blazing speed that can get behind guys and extremely elusive. But I do think that the Saints need to get somebody that can take the top off the defense and a little bit elusive as Ted Ginn is. They do need a burner on that team, but they need a guy that can do more than that because I don't want to see the Saints go one dimensional anymore. I don't want them to get those one dimensional players because that's when the team started to get predictable. Like y'all remember when Joe Morgan was on the team? Joseph Morgan, like you know he was in the game for the streak route. Devin Henderson, you know he was in the game for the streak route. Robert Meacham, you know he was in the game for the streak route. I want guys that can actually run that streak, but I want them to be able to master the route tree as well. So um, that's the way I feel about it. But as far as Ted Ginn, I don't think he lost a step. I think he's just as fast as he always been. A Zigbo. Speaking of Zigbo, I think he got signed by the Jaguars. So I think that that guy's a good running back. I think that the Saints believed in Dwayne Washington. I think because Dwayne Washington was in the system and he played really well in a couple games that he played in, I think the Saints wanted to keep him. But I do agree, Zigbo is really good. Uh, let's see, Zigbo better than Dwayne to me. Well, he did have a better training camp. I can tell you that. I just think when it comes down to it, I just think that Dwayne had a little bit of favoritism, and that's why the Saints kept him. Love me some Ginn and Shimmy. I guess you're talking about Sheldon Rankins, man. Shouts out to Sheldon Rankins. Had a good game, and he does wonders for up front for the Saints. You know, so glad to see him back. I don't know why they let him go. Like that's a tough decision. It was a tough decision, I'm sure. He started to come on those last couple games of preseason, but like I said, I just think that the Saints had a rapport with Dwayne Washington. Do you think that Mike is on pace to pass his 2018 to 1400? Yeah, he is on pace right now. It is so crazy. You know why I respect this so much? It's because everybody know who the ball going to. Like that's what really make him great. Like everybody and their mama know that Michael Thomas about to get the football. But this guy goes out here and he just, what I'm saying, he just goes out there and he just balls out. And like it's amazing. Like everybody knows this dude getting the ball, but he's still catching everything. Um, who that nation stand up? Or the Cleveland Brown traded OBJ. I don't know. I doubt it. But he ain't really doing too much anything. I just don't think he want to be in Cleveland. I think that he wants to be in one of those big markets where he can go out there and spread his wings and go out there and ball out and all that kind of stuff there. But at the end of the day, I mean, his stock is falling. I mean, it really is. Like and to me, I just feel like he bought into like that whole character and stuff like that. I think he bought into that whole character, that one hand snag thing. So now it's like he care more about wowing the crowd more than being productive on the field, in my opinion, and he needs to change that. TJ, just want you to know your podcast after the Rams game is my favorite so far. That ran about the secondary still had me weak, fam. Man, it needed to be said. But I'm so glad that they actually changed that. What I'm saying, they cleaned it up. I ain't about to say they heard it or nothing like that. But if they did hear it, I'm glad they did. But they've been playing a lot better, man. So and honestly, um, a lot of that is because of the pass rush. Like when you can get pressure with the four guys up front, then you can go out there and you can play, better in the secondary. But if they wouldn't get like no pressure up front, then you'll probably see these guys like getting torched and stuff like that. So that goes to show you how great the front four has been for the New Orleans Saints. Malcolm Brown was an upgrade from Tyler Davidson. Um, Sheldon Rankins is back. Carl Granderson, I mean, he had a sack. You got Mario Edwards Jr., a young man that I know since he was in high school, man. Um, Cam Jordan and Dow Davenport is coming on. So, man, the Saints, they the truth, man. They are the absolute truth up front. So, I hope they keep it up. I hope they keep that momentum going. And I'm glad to see it. But that's all I got for you all tonight, man. I apologize once again. Uh, I'm not on as long as I usually am, but like I said, man, I'm probably about to take me some meds and um, eat some soup and drink some tea so I can be ready for the post game tomorrow. So thank y'all very much. Those that donated in the super chats, those that gave donations on this podcast, thank you very much. I really do appreciate it. We will be live tomorrow. It probably be a little later. The reason why is because once again, uh, my fiance, she's a nurse practitioner. She gets off like around 5. So I'm on father duty. Okay, I'm on father duty until she gets home, and then I'll be able to do the podcast for you. So it might be a little later. She gets off at like around 5, so I probably go live like around 6. So just letting y'all know, and I apologize for that. But hey, I'm a father first. I'm a card carrying member of the Who That Nation, but I'm a father first, and I gotta be I gotta take care of Lil Man. So thank y'all very much. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com, search The State of the Saints Podcast. Go on Facebook, search The State of the Saints Podcast. Thank you all for your love and your support. Until next time, all I gotta say is, who that?